And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Sooners and the Wildcats. Okay, Singy, let's get right to it. Quite the win streak on the line coming into this one.
Yeah, Boog, they seem to have a force field around them lately, but you know anything can happen. Looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And starting this one, number 38. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to strike that in this one.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
So digging in, Willis. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
And he strikes out this side into first.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here with my pal Singy, and today's starting pitcher, number 23.
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher, so it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
This one in the air. Under it. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Let's take a look at the lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Rafael Pelletier.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting in a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
And 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. James McCoy digs in now.
Come on, James.
Hey, 2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. In the air, right field. Christensen under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Scoreless after 1. Top of the second. Here's the left fielder, number 20. Ball to strike. And there's a strike on the outside front. Headed towards the corner. And it stays fair. The throw into second easily with a leadoff double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Here's the first baseman. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And that's downstairs and outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Darryl Parker assigned to umpiring duty behind home plate.
And Boog, with DP, it's sort of a coin flip on those borderline corner pitches. Doesn't really favor one side of the plate more than the other. Sometimes you get a little edge to the plate, and sometimes you won't. It does seem like he evens it out over the course of the game. Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. There's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
And the batter now, Jason Walk. Liner.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Christensen, the next to hit. And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. You'll see another.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
In the air, center field. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. Leading off, number 12.
Left fielder, number 12.
And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Willis in position. Hauls it in for the out.
That is fifth, second baseman, number 10.
Now it's the second baseman, Luke Lawrence. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. And makes the grab. 2 away.
Third baseman, number 1.
Here's the third baseman, Patrick Pereira. No score here in the second. Outside low, and it's 2-2. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. And that extends the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Sean Montoya. Tapped softly on the ground. Branch tosses to first, and that is the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. In the air, right side. 1 away. And here is Harris. 1 out, bases empty. And down on strikes he goes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Hard hit left side. Throws to first.
Got him.
Third out. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Fastball for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This curveball struck him out. Here's the catcher to hit, Rafael Pelletier.
Let's go, Rafael.
We got a full count.
Still tied at 0. Last of the third. He goes down looking. And the batter will be the shortstop, Tyler Bell. Here's a high fly ball out to center. And that is that. On to the fourth, still scoreless. Start of the fourth, down the third baseman, Willis.
Number 41.
Swings and misses. It's 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The motor's outside.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Strikes him out for the second time today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Number 47.
So up next, Jackson Wills. Next offer is in for a strike.
I'm not sure if he could be in more of a groove. It's really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
Got him. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Right to start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
That's in there. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Montoya brings it in for the 3rd out. Nothing doing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Number 37.
Headed down the line. And a foul ball. Struck him out looking.
2 strikes. Many times hitters looking out over the plate. When you're looking out over the plate, you're also going to let the ball travel a little bit longer. And a fastball zipped on the inside corner just locks you up.
Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Back there. Get out of town. And they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
He just sparked this home crowd in a big way. What a swing. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Now the left fielder. This one smoked on its way. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 2-0.
Back-to-back home runs, and now this place is really rocking. Back-to-back Jackson. This club is fired up right now, dude. And this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Next to hit, Luke Lawrence. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
He's been swinging it really well. They shortened up the swing and went right back up the middle.
Here's the 3rd baseman, Patrick Pereira. To short, could be 2. Off balance feet, there's 1. And that's 2. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Kicks and fires. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Ripped to short. Jump throw across his body.
Got
and
it.
very nicely done for the out.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And now it's going to be Jason Walk. There's the swing and a miss.
So the offense has got going, and the pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Swinging on the curveball. Strikeout number 8.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It just right through the heart of the strike zone, and just couldn't get the bat on. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Montoya pulls that one down, and that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Stepping in, Sean Montoya. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Sends it to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So digging in, Carson Hansen.
Number 34.
One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a good eye there.
Outside.
Activity in the bullpen. Number 35, up and throwing. Jones, a left-hander, also throwing. And a base hit up the middle. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Everything came together for him. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Now, Rafael Pelletier taps softly to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. As the pitcher brings it in for the out, and the runner advances to second. Back to the top of the lineup, and now the shortstop, Tyler Bell.
All right, Tyler, let's go.
Up the middle of the base hit. Hansen headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 3-zip.
Oh, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Runner at first with 2 away. Next is the designated hitter, Ryan Schwartz.
Runner.
Here goes the runner. Ball
2 balls,
outside.
1 strike.
And safe. It's a stolen base.
So having a good lead is so key when you're stealing bases, even if you've got great speed. But if you don't have great speed, but can get an extended lead and a good jump, you can steal bases on a catcher who can really throw it. That's a nice job right there.
Not
3 balls,
close with that
1 strike.
one. Now 3 balls and a strike.
Right there for a strike.
I got 3 and 2.
That's a good at
Ball
bat
4.
right there. He was down
Perfect.
early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Now batting, number 13.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Number 23 gives way, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching.
Number 35 takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely
2
has the
balls, 1
advantage
strike.
in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The 2-1. Line to left. And that will end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 3-0. And we're back. Start of the 6th. John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, number 2. Swung on, belted. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Now at the plate. That's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his own right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
1 out and a runner at second. And we're in the top half of the 6th. On a bounce right side. Takes it to the bag. Steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Now that's number
Willis
41.
getting ready to hit. 2 outs. Yeah, that's fouled off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. The Wildcats on top, 3-0. Bottom of the 6th inning, digging in, number 12.
Number 12.
And
That's
off
in.
the inside edge. 2-1.
You know, this group of hitters really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opponent.
And no one can get there. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screw.
So man aboard. Here's the second baseman, Luke Lawrence. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Fakes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, the pop-up.
Line drive, base hit, right center field. Round third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 4-0.
Picks himself up an RBI, pitches away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
And at first with 1 gone, and now the right fielder, Sean Montoya. In the air, left field, down the line. And there are 2 outs. Now a chance for Carson Hansen.
Number 34.
Herrera, the runner at first with 2 gone.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And right back to the mound. The throw to first, that ends the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 4-0 ball game. It's major. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Leading off, shortstop, number 47.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 38 is done. Only 2 hits allowed for him, so a great effort. And we'll be back after a quick break to tell you about the new arm. New arm out of the bullpen, number 31.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
In the air to left down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. The shortstop
Inside,
takes
ball
the ball.
2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Stays alive. Ground ball right side,
ball.
and it goes just foul. And a
Count it
curve
3
is
and
down
2.
and in. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. That one misses.
Ball 4, that pitch is
So
out.
leadoff walk.
When you go that deep into it at bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
Now batting, number 20.
Runner at first with no outs here. Swings here and blasts one left field. Reaching forward. Makes the catch.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And now the first baseman going back. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Well, those could be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
So man aboard. Jason Walk will hit next.
That's inside.
And that misses. 2-1. Rip to third. Handle. And that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 7th, and now the catcher comes up to him. Rafael Pelletier. Fly ball center field, walk. Puts it away for the out. Now here is Tyler Bell.
Number 6.
Ball, that's out.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And now Ryan Schwartz. That's
Ball,
inside.
that's off the plate.
And it's 2-1. Grounded to third, could be 2. And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Oh, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And on second, 2 down. That one the other way. Makes the grab. That is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the 8th. Now it's the right. There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Smith gets the ball now. He's pitching on 2 days rest. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Hansen has a beat on it. Hauls it in for the out. And here's the catcher. That's in there for a strike. And that's strike 2. Here's a rocket out to left. Nabs it. And there are 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. And now Harris. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Gavin Jones.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
And he gets tied up right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch downstairs. It's 2-2.
Good
2-2,
spot
yep.
there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Count's full.
In the air out to center. Walk. Calls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting. Number 10.
So up next, Luke Lawrence. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Christensen makes the grab for the second out. Down the third baseman, Patrick Pereira.
Number 1.
That's hard hit on the line. Walk makes the catch in and goal. We go to the 9th. Now it's the second baseman, Kyle Branch. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Smith will depart, and that's an excellent job from the reliever in the starting role today. Gave him some length, back with a new arm after this. They turn things over to the southpaw, Leighton Harris.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's to third, Pereira. Throw, picked it first, got him.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
So digging in, Willis. Ripped to third.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. You hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make the play.
On the ground, and this should do it. And that'll do it.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup. Pitchers are pitching. The team is making the plays defensively. This is the kind of feeling, it's not going to last all season long, but you want to ride it as long as you possibly can, perhaps push it up to double digits.
A 4-0 shutout in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.